Welcome to our 2026 truck hunt, pro sport truck hunt being held in Ridgeland, South Carolina this weekend. I am your co-host, Steve Burkholder, along with my good friend Kurt Aring and Tim Kramer. So we're super excited that you guys are joining us this evening, and we're going to be bringing you live the truck hunt as it unveils. So we are starting out with 48 dogs of some of the best dogs in the country and their handlers, and they're actually out competing now on the first round. And we're going to share a little bit more into detail on kind of how the hunt is going to be held and the casts, how they're drawn and so forth. Also going to share with you on how the cast breakdowns are, some of the dogs and handlers that are in the cast. So just super excited that you're joining us here this evening. And I'm going to go to my friend Kurt Aring. He's going to share a little bit. Kurt, welcome to this evening. Super excited to have you here with us. And just have you share a few words on a little bit of these truck hunts and so forth.
Thank you, Steve. Glad to be here with two nice guys here, unlike myself. I'll tell you what, this hunt right here, these truck hunts and the quality of dogs we got today and age is unbelievable. This man here, both these guys, the Droop Juniors, Swift Creek Churn, all them dogs, they mark their own spot in the dog world today. I'm just blessed to be here and be able to do and help the young ones across on this. Tim, you've been a big part in putting this hunt on down here for everybody, and kind of give us a little idea about your lifestyle and how these hunts come down here to the South.
Well, we've been fortunate enough in the South to have a lot of great coon hunting, especially where we're from here in the Low Country. Beaufort County, Jasper County, Carleton County, Hampton County, Allendale. And this February will be 32 years ago that the Jasper Jamboree was started. The Chamber of Commerce put that together. And the ones back then, Dane Mock, I know I'll miss some of the ones that was there from 30 years ago, but Kendall Malthus now, Julie Mingledorf, a lot of people have been good to us. And when it first started, it started at Palmetto Electrical Co-ops where we had it. And then it moved to the EMS building and then to the farmer's market. And it's where we kind of back and forth. But they wanted to bring people into the community, something as a fundraiser. And they felt like the coon hunt would be the way to do it. And I think they got that idea based off the Grand American. And then when they met with me, we talked, and I said, I think the way you need to go is we need to go with the up and coming organization, which is Professional Kennel Club, PKC. The Grand American is something that's going to be 1 or 2 days, but it's totally different. I don't think we could compete with that. But anyway, we put it together, and in doing so, the blue ribbon hunts that were brought into this state and all the good places we've been blessed to hunt with the property owners that have been good to us, we have made a name for ourselves here. And the coon hunters love to come here. We've had the best hounds and handlers in the country come here and hunt. and love to return to come here.
Yeah.
So in doing that, we're thankful that we've had this kind of impact in the community. It's been a great fundraiser, and it's been a lot of fun, not just for the hunters, but for the people in the town and the businesses in the town and the local hunters.
Absolutely, boys. That Jasper Jamboree, that was a big one. That hunt went over good. I'd come down here, and like you said, sometimes your dog's got to get used to this water. You always look for excuses, but it was based on results. First time I went hunting with this man, he had bad habit. He showed me there wasn't no excuses. Remember that? You give me a bad habit. I hunted Gerald Turner. I got to bring this up. But I hunted Hayes Jr. and Hayes Jr. only right up till he died, me and Gerald, very good people. Jacksonville, Illinois. And I come down there, he sent me and my wife in a 4Runner, and I wasn't used to have enough money to go to hunt. He sent me down here, and my wife said, man, Kurt, this is all right. We're going to get to eat on this trip, Hey, I get down here, draw Tim, he gives me a bad hat back in them days, a red one. I put it on the dash, now thinking about it. I took Hayes Jr. back over to Gerald. He seen that hat up on the dash. He said, Kurt, what's that? I said, hey, Gerald, I'm fixing on jumping ships, boy. And he just laughed, But that was the beginning of habit right then, wasn't it, Tim?
Yes, it was.
That
Tim,
was-
let me go to you. What, just for the average viewer out there, what makes Ridgeland special here? I know I've hunted here personally. I've always had enjoyable hunts. I know the Grand American is held a few hours from here, but in South Carolina, I know for us guys coming from the north, this time of the year, especially in January, was always a treat because it's always cold up there.
Absolutely.
And we would always look forward to coming down here. And I didn't hunt here as much as you have, but what makes the Ridgeland area so special and so forth?
Well, again, the counties I mentioned earlier, when you look at Beaufort County, Jasper County, Hampton County, Colleton County, Allendale County, there are some of the most beautiful plantations that are owned by individuals and
Well
some
kept,
companies.
aren't they, Tim?
And what they've done, they have allowed us over the years the opportunity to take casts in there. So when you come down here, Waldoboro, South Carolina, for instance, with the blue ribbon hunts, all the people that ran the blue ribbon hunts love to come to Waldoboro
Absolutely.
because the hunting is just second to none. And as far as the safety of the dogs, treeing coons, the amount of coons, the only other states that maybe even competed with us might be Michigan, Ohio. Other than that, to come to the South, you're in the best of the best of the best places that you can come to hunt.
I couldn't believe the size of the timber and stuff. You know, I thought swamps and this and that. You know, you can get in any spot bad, but you're right. Some of the best hunting in the world. And it was a treat for me to come down here, like you said, in the winter, like this. But my deal was, hey, I'm country. I'm always looking out the window. They'll run over you down here. You know that? You better be thinking.
Well,
Unlike me.
And and up north or wherever you hunt, you might hunt creeks and you might hunt bottoms, you might hunt
Yes.
cornfields, and we do have farmland, but mainly around the marsh with the big acorn trees is just natural habitat for the coons.
Yes.
And then in the big swamps we got, again, you have acorn trees and it's natural habitat for the coons. So, and we do have farmland, but it's just a beautiful place to come and hunt. And it's the camaraderie is awesome. And I've never really known anyone that came here and hunted that ever had any real complaints. They were excited about coming back here.
Except they got their ass beat. You know what I mean? That was the biggest deal. But hey,
What so moving on to like tonight's hunt, before we let you go, Tim, I know you guys have competed, both of you guys have, like a lot of us have. We're age, obviously, father time catches up with all of us.
Yep.
But I remember back in the day talking about the blue ribbon hunts, you know, that the first place prize
Biggest
there
thing we had.
was $4,000.
Correct.
And when you go in and win a pro hunt, everybody around every coffee shop talked about winning that pro hunt. And especially if you won the pro hunt race, it was one of the toughest races to win, the pro championship like that, you know, on that side of it. Of course, things have evolved. We're now with pro sport, and they've done a fantastic job. And pro sport
it's
just
growing.
started a few years back and has grown. And who would have ever thought then, you know, back then we would hunt for a truck once a year and you had to compete, you know, pretty hard all year to be able to compete for this truck. And now, you know, this weekend for the viewers out there, we will be giving away a 2026 white four-door Chevy Silverado. There's 48 dogs that are competing. They're going to hunt down to 12 dogs tonight. 7 casts went out early. In 4-dog casts, there'll be 7 winners. They'll come back. They'll advance to tomorrow night's round. And then on Saturday night or tonight late, they'll hunt 5 more casts, and them 5 will advance to tomorrow night's top 12. But they're hunting for a 2026 white 4-door Chevy Silverado supplied by Bob Allen Motor Mile. And we want to say a huge thank you to Bob Allen Motor Mile for certainly helping us on that side of it. But looking at that, I mean, it's kind of remarkable where it was then 32 years ago and the prize and what they're hunting for now. And, you know, just a few weeks ago, we also had given away a truck similar like they are tonight, and they're scattered throughout the year. There's a hunt or two every month on that. So I'd love to get your guys' thoughts on what it was then and how the sport has really transitioned. And it's really given a lot of hounds and hunters and even owners a great opportunity and a platform to compete on a lot bigger stage. And I can tell you all, looking at the entries, the early entries tonight of the 7 casts, there's a lot of really good dogs and really good handlers here.
Absolutely.
It used to be when we went to a hunt, you draw maybe 2 other good dogs out, but every one of these casts have 4 good dogs. So I'd love to get your perspective on it, Tim, on just a little bit on what you've seen evolve from there, and wrapping our mind around where we're hunting at for today.
Well, as a previous truck winner in 1998, when I won a truck out in Lula, Mississippi with Lace, they would take 4 handlers each month. And I tell you, that was a tough deal to run every month, run your month to make that final 4. And so to be out there was just a dream come true, let alone to get in and then to win it. And the truck that I won, not only was it such a privilege to win this truck, but I had Rick Stretch on the cast. I had Barry Kitty on the cast.
I'm sorry.
And I had one of the owners of Pro Sport on the cast, Greg Maynard, is a young man hunting the moon dog for Timothy Ball. And
this would have been in the final. This would have been in the final cast.
This was in the final cast, yes. And so of course I won the brand
criminals.
the brand new Dodge 4-wheel drive. I look fast forward now to what you asked about where we're at now. I think in life is we improve things. I think this is incredible that you can have a hunt that you can pay a $1,200 or $1,500 entry fee and hunt for a brand new Silverado 2026 4-wheel drive 4-door.
Trying to get that money.
You didn't have to run every week and weekday, not just weekend, but weekdays to try to get that animal spot. But not only that, the amount of hounds that's in there now. Yes, there's people that can afford it. Yes, there's people that can't afford it. But listen, that'll always be that way. So I take up the people that can afford it. Don't put them down because they fortunate enough to work and they can afford it. I hate some of the other people can't afford it, but you either save up and go to one or get someone to back you. But I will say this, folks, I've heard that my whole life. I promise you, I don't care how poor you are. If you hunt a hound and he's the right kind of hand, he's good enough, there's someone to pay your way. So don't sit there and cry to me. Don't tell me, oh, poor old me, well, I can't go. Yeah, you can. If that dog's good enough, somebody will put you there.
If they sponsored Kurt Aaron and put me on the road, they'll sponsor anybody.
And so that's why you have the group of hounds and handlers we have now. They're living for this, and I don't blame them.
It's a huge shout out to the owners. A lot of these guys are hunters that may not be able to go to the hunts or whatever, and they're fortunate enough to put them there. But you're right. I 100% agree on, if a dog is good enough, they will find their way to an opportunity.
Absolutely.
And we seeing where it's come to now or whatever, I also think that the quality of competition, it has come with it. As far as, every one of these casts tonight, it's not going to be an easy. You're going to have to work to win these casts.
Well, it's always been that way, though.
Well, and I think now, not only do you have some of the people that might not be hunting in it that would like to hunt it, but a lot of them don't hunt it because they think, well, they're better than me. Yeah. And they're smart enough to stay home. And that's no disrespect in that. That's just being smart. If you're not hauling the right kind of hound, or don't think you're hauling the right kind of hound, you don't need to be there. What was the gentleman's name that started that hunt in Ohio years back? They did one hunt. What was the plot man?
John Walker. John Walker.
Okay. Going back to what we're talking about.
Good pick.
He formed one hunt. They had the first hunt he had was in Richmond Hill, Georgia. $10,000 first place.
I remember that.
Yeah. Okay. Now let me tell you what happened there. Ed Altman, my good friend, is hunting tonight.
I'd love to hear from this.
I told John Strickland I had sold Ed Soul Sister. He told me, he said, I'm not hunting because I don't have enough money. I said, John, we're going to pay that bitch needs to be in our hunt. We split it 3 ways. She wins the $10,000. So there's what I'm telling you. If something's good enough, somebody's going to come forward and help you put that hound in that hunt.
Right. Moving on to this weekend, looking at a lot of names that are hunting, stuff like that. We actually have quite a few people from locally. or, within a state or so away that are actually
Yeah.
hunting this evening.
Absolutely.
A lot of familiar faces. A little bit on the history of Ridgeland, South Carolina, and then we'll move on to go do some cast breakdowns and stuff. And we're also, by the way, if you are tuning in, we're going to try to do some cast winner interviews this evening, kind of bring to you live a little bit on the late round draw. So we're going to be live for a few hours as some of these casts come back, and we hope to hear from some of these hunters, the winners that come back in, on how tonight's hunt went. But looking at some of the dogs over the years that have come out of here or whatever, Tim, we're not going to spend a lot of time in this, but I know that you've owned some good ones, but also know that there's some good ones that have come through here and maybe won some pro hunts and stuff like that. I'd love to hear your comment on just a few of them iconic, just a few of the ones that would come to your mind.
Of course, Bad Habit, which was a dog that John Strickland and I bought. The Clayton dog, Wipeout Clayton. Scott Engel won the Super State Wood. John and I purchased. Clayton was a tremendous hound, a nice hound. And when I sold him, actually, the first hunt they put him in, they won the Wallaboro Pro Hunt with him, and then went on to win the Nationals.
I was in that final cast when he won the Pro Hunt. Yeah.
That's back when St. Louis was a prairie, wasn't it?
Yeah. Harry Hyatt from Wallaboro, South Carolina. His son Chris won the truck here 2 years ago with Boudreaux. And there's been a lot of good dogs.
Tina Turner and all them down here.
Paul Sheffield, he would have been how far from here?
Paul's 130 miles. Paul Sheffield, as far as I'm concerned, is an icon in the South or in the coon hunting world, period.
Dan.
When I was a young boy coming up, he was almost like a second father to me. And I remember one time I wrote him a letter because I thought so much of him that when I'd read the books as a young boy, I'd read about Timothy Balls and Giddings and John Monroe and all them people in the book. And I remember telling him that it was him that I wanted to be like. It was him that I wanted to be the coon hunter to be like. And I sent that letter to him. I didn't care how many he had in the book, but yes, Paul had a lot of good hounds. Two toughest competitors that I ever drew in hunts, Paul Sheffield, Junior Jackson.
Amen.
They didn't come any
Junior
better.
was a hunt lawyer, wasn't he?
Well, you know what, Junior.
I respect
what
him.
I love so much about Junior was so smart.
And a smart ass if you pissed him off.
Well, Junior's like Donald Trump. He's about 2 steps ahead of everybody else.
I promise you. And you go to them hunts, Harold Jr. be kicked back reading them rule books. I said, "Who's that?" He said, "Kurt Gulon, if you drawing." By God, I did. I'm telling you that.
I don't know if we got a minute, I'm going to share.
Share it with us.
All right. Greatest questions ever come into world hunting, Aurora, Kentucky. The English dog, Mike Frazier was hunting for Bullard. What happened? Gary Davis is on the cast. Junior's on the cast.
Lord.
They tree a coon. They turn loose. The dogs go back to the same tree. They get them. They lead them off. They turn them loose. The dogs go back to the same tree. Jimmy Russell's judging the cast. Well, they walking toward the dogs. They're going to be scratched. Junior whispers to Gary Davis, "Tree your female." And Gary Davis said, "Well, what?" He said, "Just tree your female. It ain't going to matter no way." So Gary trees his female. Well, when he trees his female, Jerry does not run the 5. He keeps walking. And they walk in and tell him to handle the dogs. So then when they pull him off the tree and start walking, he tells him to scratch. Junior says, "You got to walk me my minute to cut." He says, "You scratch." He says, "No. He treated his dog and you didn't give me the opportunity. You didn't wait to 5.
Hey, he was sharp, boy.
No. So let me tell you what they do. They come back to the panel. They put Junior back in the hunt. Junior does not win the cast. Mike Frazier goes on to win. But that is a classic, one of the greatest questions I've ever seen done, how he outsmarted them. And they just went and they handled his dog.
Yeah, talking on that brings up a good point, and then we'll kind of move on with a little bit of the hunt, is just for, people that are tuning in. So when these casts when you go out and you hunt in 4-dog casts, unless there's an odd number, you may have 3. And so there'll be a judge and a guide assigned to each cast. And there's a set of rules that they hunt by. And so if there is a question on the cast, to what you was sharing. A handler can question it, or even somebody in the cast can question it, and it certainly is voted on that side of it. But I can tell you, it's a classic example of it takes a duo. I mean, it's hound and handler together.
Oh, absolutely.
On that side of it, knowing your dog, knowing the hunt, knowing the rules, and so forth, and it usually makes for a better hunt, certainly.
Absolutely, and I would tell anyone, and I tell them all the time, because I always hunt one dog. Always hunt. I don't care how much you hunt, how hard you hunt. I hunted every night. I didn't hunt on Sunday. It takes you a year, 6 months to a year to hunt that dog, know everything you need to know. And it's those little things that you know.
Wins.
It's the difference from winning big and winning little that make the big difference.
You wouldn't think.
Know when to come on a tree, not to interrupt you. And they all got the right kind of bark, don't they?
Yeah.
When they got a coon, you don't have a coon. You would learn all that, don't you?
When you're hunting these hunts for a period of time, there's a lot of hunts over the years that have been won in the last couple minutes, right, wrong, or indifferent, and it usually come down on the person that put the work through the week and that knew that dog. And now I think we could all agree, certainly the Garmins, and things have evolved way differently than what they was 25, 30 years ago, and rightfully so. I mean, things are different, but they've done a phenomenal job on adapting with it. But it still is at the end of that hunt, knowing that dog, and to your point, hunting with them enough to where you know every bark that dog makes, because you get down to the last 30 seconds or a minute of a hunt and you have to make a call or not make a call, can usually be the difference in winning.
I think what's crucial too, you got to know the blue book. You got to understand the rules.
Amen.
But more importantly, when you know them and understand them, you need to keep your composure and state your case in an orderly manner. The people that lose their composure are most of the ones that lose their cases. They get mad, they frustrated, they make mistakes. If you know them rules and you present it the right way, 99% of the time, 95% of the time, if you're right, it's going to prevail in your favor. But you need to understand it. But yeah, you need to know your dog. And that's the difference from winning big and
I was
winning
a
little.
slow learner on that, Tim. You're absolutely right. You come in, you act a gentleman, they treat you a gentleman. You come in, you act a fool, you get treated a fool.
Well,
And I think we could agree that it's pro sport. Switching gears here a little bit, you had made a comment that when you had, this was in 90, when the year that you won the truck would have been in
98.
98.
Yep.
So a young Greg Maynard was on your cast.
Yep.
And certainly has competed for many, many years. Certainly was competing for a truck then. But several years ago, he come up with the idea with two of his friends, Scott Engel and Levi Stevenson, to start pro sport. And so who would have thought that from 98 to we're involved? So Greg Maynard, for those that don't know, is a part owner in pro sport along with Adam Campbell, and certainly hunting for a truck back then, and then building a platform where people can hunt for several trucks throughout the year. And I know they also have the $100,000 hunt. We're going to talk a little bit more about some of the hunts that are coming up. And certainly is a kennel club that is growing from ground roots. And I know they continue to add things each year, from registrations and so forth. And we're going to share a little bit more on that tomorrow evening and so forth on that side. But it's kind of ironic that he's in the cast, and we're in South Carolina, which is your hometown. So,
yeah,
having that whole correlated together is pretty awesome.
Let me say a little something about Greg. And this Tim said a while ago, if you got a good dog, you're going to go to town. This is the kind of guy Greg is. Hey, I call him. I said, Greg, I need an entry. He said, I got you one, Kurt. Hunting a white rhinoceros. I go down, it's a $4,000 entry. Well, I ain't got $4. This man lets me write him a check. I win. I said, hey, Greg, tear that check up. We just laughed, But that's the kind of guy he is. If he likes you, he'll go on a limb for you. Yeah. And that's the kind of guy we got behind this organization. Well, guys like you all. And that's what we got to keep going forward with.
I would like to mention one person, if it's okay.
Sure. Yeah.
John Strickland. I've known John since he was a young man. John came up tough. John has worked for everything he's got. And I'm going to defend him, because I hear people, will say, well, you know, he's got money, he's got this, and he can buy. Let me clarify something.
They don't give you nothing.
John Strickland worked for everything he's got. He might have money, but he's earned it. But I promise you, because he hunted with me for years before he moved to Kentucky. John Strickland is a world-class coon hunter. He is a world-class coon hunting trainer. He is a world-class handler. Them dogs he buys, I've seen other handlers handle them. They wasn't doing it. He took them. He wins. He wins because he puts his time in. He knows what he's looking for in a dog, and he has made himself one of the best in this sport. And he is really the man to catch right now.
Hey, I got to throw something in there.
Doing this
and that
time.
stuff he's hunting's got some of that track man in there. You know what I mean?
There you go. Got that track.
He's
Got
going to
the power pack.
Hey, he might brag on Strickland, but I'm going to put
Truck goes back to bad habit. Track man. Yeah.
Here's what I was
Brett, go ahead, whipping all this dirt game.
John's always had the ability. He had an eye
To train one.
for talent too. He could be out in a cast hunting with a dog that may not win that cast, but he had an eye for talent.
Yes,
He knows what he's looking. That's exactly
I
right.
got that from this man right here.
And he could spot them and take them in. And you know, honestly, if you look at the history of our sport, it's the ones that have been able to pick up on that when somebody else is missing
capitalize on it.
Capitalize on it. You know,
Knowing what to see, right, Ken?
talking of that, we have I just pulled up on the screen here. So John Strickland is second right now in all-time handler earnings through pro sport at $413,000. Now that's hard to imagine on that. As young as pro sport is, Michael Ward is at one. He's a little over 417,000. So there's only about $4,000 that separates the two of them.
Right.
And pro sport, I mean, I don't know the year that it was started again. We'll get some of them details in the next, either this evening or tomorrow. But think about that. As young as pro sport is, we already have two people that are over the $400,000
and $500,000.
Oh yeah, make
And
it
it's not stopping.
Yeah.
It's
Makes it very
growing.
easy to happen by the end of this year. So, but he's also won a tremendous amount in PKC, not just as a handler, y'all, even dogs that he owned.
Absolutely.
On that side of it. So certainly, it's exciting to watch these events unfold this weekend. Tim, thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome.
I know we're going to be coming back to you tomorrow night. We're going to talk with the Chamber of Commerce and with a few of the ladies from there. So we're looking forward to that. And certainly thank you for helping get the hunt together this weekend. I know every year you're a big part of that, of getting guides together. And I know you had said earlier that you had a little part in it, but you know, one thing I know that you had a part in is you laid a tremendous foundation here. And I know some other people are kind of taking the reins and stepping up or whatever.
Well,
So certainly appreciate that.
my biggest part has always been to organize and see that we had the guys, the judges, the places to go. We had the panels in place if we had panels in these big open events and stuff. And I've had a lot of participation, a lot of help from a lot of the clubs and a lot of the hunters in the state have supported me, helped me, back this
Good
county,
people,
back
man.
this hunt. And we can't do it without that.
Can I touch a little base on something too here? We're talking about John Strickland, and you're right. But you know how John learned to see sights out here? Because he's seen, when you see a good dog, that dog will teach you what you need to see. Is that not right to say, Tim?
Yes.
When you've had a great one, you've had great ones. Therefore, when we left, a lot of people don't get to see that early in life, or some people pick up on it, you know. And he's been taught by the best, and he's seen the best. And that helps a man stay right there.
And I'll tell you, he certainly is that. You guys was putting a plug in for Trackman and Bad Habit, but I'm gonna put a plug in his top three. He had a blue dog. I had a little. We had a little Baron on.
I knew that was coming, didn't you?
That's good.
Hey, ask him what the best one he had out of it was. Oh, a Trackman bitch. Hello.
What I will say to you is huge thank you to all of our guides,
All our
this weekend,
supporters.
Absolutely.
on that, because it's not possible. So if you're guiding a cast tonight or tomorrow night, thank you very much on that side of it, because we know that does not happen without that, you know. And for those that was trying to make it, I know there was a wreck tonight, and some of them was trying to make it here or whatever, got things worked out or whatever. And it's teamwork. It really
is teamwork.
Well, you know what, guys, and I know y'all know, and I tell you, big winners, people that win, they never quit looking.
You got it.
They're always
You
looking.
got it, Tim.
I don't care.
How old you are.
You never quit looking. And I don't know how many times I've heard someone talking about a dog that seems to do
I'm gonna
this
check
and
it
do
out,
that.
ain't you?
And I'm thinking, oh yeah, they just said something that sparked me. But I will say one more thing, and I'm gonna close. I've told people for years, I don't care if it's West Virginia, Kentucky,
Illinois, Missouri.
Tennessee, wherever, up some little dirt road, tied up underneath a truck
Is
with
a great
a
one.
55-gallon drum, is some half-starved little old dog can beat 90% of the hounds out here.
Yes.
We just don't know which driveway to go
One of the
down.
best bulldog men in the world up
That's
there,
a
by
fact.
God, and you didn't even mention him.
That's a fact. Well, hey, Tim,
Dave Dean.
thank you so much for
You're
joining
welcome.
us. Look forward to talking to you tomorrow
Hey,
night.
it's been a pleasure,
Again,
son.
Thank
Always
you.
has.
for helping us.
Okay.
So,
Hey,
we're
I want
gonna
to
go to
interrupt you, but we want to remember Ashley Dalton's been a blessing to us too here. And I'm not kissing his ass, remain calm. But without this man here, we couldn't have
we
what I'm
certainly
doing.
want to. We certainly want to.
All our people, all our viewers, we want to reach out. These guys here are putting up with me. JJ Jr., all my drivers, Philip King, even the guy that I get on his nerves, he still loves me.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
Certainly want to thank our sponsors: Joy Dog Food, Elite Nutrition, Strix Tree Dogs, Yoder Nylon, Razor Lights, Braddock Creek Hunting Supply, and Dog and Hunt Supply. So always want to remember our sponsors. They play a big role in it. Certainly D&D Sports. Want to just say that they're the ones that are bringing this. So we are in a position that we can do this. And certainly Pro Sport
Yes.
for putting on a truck.
Doing a
But
fine
we're going to
job.
take a real short break. When we come back, we're going to take and we're going to kind of break down some of the casts, the handlers and the dogs that are in it, and kind of set the stage for the cast should be coming back in here in another hour or so. So we will be right back.
Thank y'all.
So we are back here live in Ridgeland, South Carolina with Pro Sport for the Pro Sport Truck Hunt 2026 version of it. I'm with my good friend Kurt Aring, and joining us is Philip King. And so what we're going to do on this segment here is we're going to kind of break down the cast breakdowns of those who are out competing for a brand new 2026 white four-door Chevy Silverado. So super excited for that. So welcome, Philip.
How are you, Steve?
Absolutely, doing fantastic, and certainly excited to have you here. I know you've been kind of going out to the field and hearing from different casts, or at least one cast in particular. So we're not going to do a lot of that this evening because we don't have a lot of cast updates, but we're certainly going to go through the cast, kind of break down who is hunting in this early round. And there's 7 casts out there early, and then we'll certainly be redrawing and doing 5 casts out late. So we are live on Facebook. So I would encourage you to go on there, like the page, comment, ask questions. That's what it's there for. So we're certainly excited for that as well. And we're going to do a little bit more in the next segment on broadcasting and so forth. So we are going to be live tonight and tomorrow night as well. Tomorrow night, we're going to get a lot of live action shots out in the woods from the early round on the casts that are out competing, and certainly we'll be live full-time for the late round cast. So super excited for that. So we're going to just jump right into and just kind of give you guys a preview of the 7 casts that are out competing early. So Philip, if you want to say a few comments as far as the hunt or whatever, and then maybe go to cast 1 and kind of read to the viewers who's in cast 1 and we'll comment a little bit on each cast.
There's some of the cast had a drive, so we're going to be a little late hearing from some of them. A lot of them, Pig Eye and all of them, they're hunting kind of close. They should be a lot of coon score tonight.
Weather certainly is prime for it, for sure.
It's conducive to coon treeing. You want to start with cast 1?
Yeah, we'll start with cast 1. Who we got in cast 1?
Danger Ranger Michael Langley. He is from South Carolina. We've got Kai Roberts hunting Eric Sweet's Nova female. Eric's from Florida, down by you. And Kai's from Indiana. Marty Futrell hunting It's Just Macy. And Jeff Rickless from Indiana hunting Loose Cannon.
Some good handlers there, huh?
Well, what I know, some of these casts has dog ages, some of them don't or whatever, but I do know, and looking on cast 1 here, when I was looking at it earlier, the Danger Dog has won close to $8,000 in Pro Sport earnings. Mm-hmm. And certainly Kai Roberts has been in the winner's circle with Nova, and she's certainly been in the winner's circle in Pro Sport as well, as she's close to $9,000 cast winner. It looks like Macy, she's a 2-year-old that Marty Futrell is hunting. She's fairly young, probably in one of her first Pro Sport hunts. And then Loose Cannon, I know I talked to my good buddy Jeff Rickless. He's a young 2-year-old. He's got $300 in winnings. But in these hunts, Jeff is a seasoned handler. Mm-hmm. I can guarantee you he didn't drive all the way from Indiana down here to hunt a dog if he didn't feel like he had a shot at winning, for sure. And he's very familiar. We touched briefly earlier about John Strickland, and Jeff has hunted with John for a lot of years. Certainly knows this area very well, whatever. So certainly should be an exciting cast. 2 dogs that have quite a bit of earnings, and 2 dogs that is just as one of their first trips to town. So certainly should be an excellent cast.
Who do you think is going to win that cast?
Well, if I had, I would say that probably the Nova female. Probably, I know she's one of the most on this cast, but I know Kai packs a good dog run. I don't know a lot of these dogs. Jeff hunting Cannon, I talked to him earlier. He hunted down there the last couple of days. And one thing he did mention is he's walking to a lot of trees that have coons in them. So that's always tough to beat,
Yeah, that's what wins coons in it.
So
yes, sir. Jeff's been behind a lot of good winners.
You bet.
So who do we have in cast 2?
Whipping on us here, Philip.
Rodeo's Electric Bronco, Colt Perryman. He was in the final cast last year. Big Country's boy, Chad Falling. That'll be the blue tick entry. Riley, Roger Odom, and Clyde with Jordan Sisk.
Well, I can tell you, this is a good cast here.
Very good.
A lot of these dogs have won quite a bit. Certainly, Big Country's boy, Chad Falling, he's been in the winner's circle with his dog a lot over the last several years. A little bit older hound, seasoned. Certainly can't take nothing away from Rhoda's Electric Bronco. My good friend Colt Perryman hunting that dog. A lot of probably people know, brings back some memories on this cast because as some people know, I was really good friends with Colt's dad. And certainly we miss James.
You had
He's
some
been
friends?
gone. I had a few, and he was one of them. He was certainly a ride and die friend of mine. So
Yes.
certainly, I guarantee you, Colt is a hunter. He hunts, and he is coming here with one mission in mind, and that is to take home that truck. Certainly, Riley, over $10,000 winner. Roger Odom, another awesome guy.
Very awesome.
Certainly, hunting Riley, and then Clyde. Tough cast. If I had to pick a winner, I wouldn't want.
Who are you saying Colt's going to win that cast?
I'm going to pick Bronco. Colt's looking for a little redemption. He took a bad break in that final cast last year.
He come back,
the truck.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go with Big Country's boy because
you know how that goes. Track man, right?
Well, that there one is 3/4 blue tick. That's why he's won so much with him.
Oh yeah,
he didn't have any of that track man anymore.
Hey, you got that right. I messed the whole world up with that stuff, didn't I?
Absolutely. Who do we have in cast 3, Philip?
ZZ Top and Tyler Bockham, Trish with Travis Mitchell, Rod Vinson with the Rock Dog, and Socket Till Woodrow with Chris Hyatt.
Oh,
I believe
Chris.
that's how he pronounced that earlier.
Yep. I know a lot about old Chris. He's come to the house. His dad's well. He had a nice female called old Tina Turner. Remember them days, don't you?
Yeah, and she was a good one too.
Yeah, this is a good pup.
Rock's got to be the senior citizen in this cast.
Yeah, yes, I'd say you're right.
I don't know, with a name like ZZ Top, you would just have to think that one would have to be win this.
I'd say, hey, absolutely. Old brother Willie down in Carolina.
Absolutely. And I can tell you, Travis Mitchell's hunting trick.
He's no pushover.
Yeah, no, and
that's a good cast right there. That's
Absolutely.
that'll be kind of curious to see who got that, man.
Absolutely.
Who you're? I'm kind of like you. We'll just kind of let that roll.
Cast 4, Philip. Who do we have?
It is Wipeout 3 Breeze and Kenny Hunt. No Gamble, Be Good Cowboy. And Greg Maynard. Another Bad Habit and Nick Holt. And Wipeout Easy Eve and Robbie Rhodes.
Hey, that's tough right through there now. There's all these dogs treat coons down here, but when you get them all in one cast, it's whoever draws the break. Right?
I'm just going to be honest with y'all. I know who won this cast. It's over, and I'm not going to pick on you.
Well,
who won this cast? Come on, Philip. Let me have it.
Who do you think won it?
I'd say Greg.
Cowboy and Greg, 375.
375. So he treated the second coon.
Yep.
Absolutely. I know that they was giving us some cast updates.
How you like that, folks, for picking that dog out, huh?
225 out of the truck.
That's a good dog.
Recut for 150 on the circle tree, and recut him again, and he trees another coon.
Yeah,
Philip's proud about that. Not to interrupt you, but he happens on a sister to that dog. Is that not correct?
Yeah, I have a sister to him.
Yeah.
So, they just, from my understanding, they just acquired the cowboy dog here just in the recent.
Boy, he's been
last
on a
couple
mission,
months.
hasn't he, Steve?
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's just hope that Greg likes this one for a little more than just a month or two, right?
Yeah. Hey, money talk and
Hey, when he
bullshit walk.
when he gets upset at this one, somebody's gonna be swooping this one up quick.
I promise you that's right.
When he gets mad at one, they don't stay long.
They don't stay on, and
I had a
somebody will be
girlfriend like
swooping
that
him
once.
up quick, right? Absolutely.
Oh.
No, I can tell you this on this cast. We know that Cowboy won the cast, but 4 really good dogs. Robbie Rhodes, obviously no stranger to the winner's circle. Kenny Hunt has hunted as a hunter and always hunts a good one. So some of these guys, just so you know, that some of the guys that hunt early, there will be 5 casts that are drawn late, and you'll see some of these dogs that may have got beat early also may go out and compete in the late round in one of the last 5 casts.
Kenny Hunt had a blue dog he sold up there at the Pro Sport World. Didn't he?
I believe so,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's
Cast 5. Yep,
All
absolutely.
right.
Who do we have in cast 5, Philip?
Whip it on us, Philip.
Kim Russell, Casey's Missouri Blue, Joanne's Miss. And it's cut off. I can't read the rest of it. Belle Allen Ann and John Strickland. Smoke Show and Duke Prue. And Tom Petty, hunted by White Holstein.
Let me tell you something. I'd like to be walking along in that cast. Don't you think I wouldn't prod them a little bit, right?
There's a lot of money.
Hey, they're both got a lot of track man in these two. Does that help any? No.
I had it brings back some memories, don't it?
Oh,
Sure.
man.
But just to set the stage for the viewers, Wasn't I think it was Ann and Smoke Show wasn't in the final four of the
UKC World.
UKC World Hunt. So kind of a rematch here, I guess you could say.
Yes.
With Ann coming out as the winner, and I think Smoke Show ended up placing third, if memory serves me correctly. So certainly drawing each other out early like this. It's part of the breaks. I was watching when Greg was doing the entries early, and I hadn't been to a hunt where how they do the entries now. The old days of sticking your hand in a box and drawing out a paper and cast and stuff like
get
that.
the guy you wanted. Oh, I didn't want this one.
No,
We didn't do that, folks. Really, don't think that.
but watching a number drawing stuff like that, it truly is for the viewers. It truly is done through a number generator. I like that. It generates what cast you're on and what spot you're going to be on the card.
Yeah,
so
spin the wheel.
you spin the wheel on that side of it. So certainly, and they're going to. I've hunted not a lot down here in Ridgeland, but I've hunted at the island that they're hunting on.
It's beautiful,
and it's beautiful. It's got plenty of opportunity for dogs to certainly score. Split up and score on that kind of thing. So certainly should be a very interesting cast. Tom Petty. That dog there has won quite a bit.
He's had a little money, hasn't he?
I believe so. And I think just in pro sport winnings, getting there up there close to $10,000. So
a young dog.
Yep, absolutely.
It's funny. Ann and Smoke, they're half brother and sister too.
Track man, top and bottom, Marley.
Absolutely, yeah. So okay, that is cast
Moving
5.
on, right, guys?
I'm not going to pick a winner just yet. So we're going to go to cast
Show
6.
no weakness, Steve. Let's pick them back, guy.
Well, I mean, how could you pick against Ann, honestly, y'all? I mean, she's a number 2 all-time winning female. I guarantee you John has her ready. You know what I'm saying? She's going to one of her places that she's familiar to hunt with. And you know what? People often ask about that. I always felt like when I traveled a lot, going into someone's turf, you had to have pure Kuno because it's one thing of winning, but certainly a lot of our guides are hunting guides. So some of these dogs are going to have, I'm not saying an advantage, but it does make a difference when they're in that area.
Right.
If you hunt a dog at the same place, over and over, they tend to go one way where another one went the other way. So,
well, I would like to think I'm harder to beat at home like you would in Indiana than off somewhere at somebody else's house.
yeah, absolutely.
If you come to my house and I can't beat you, I don't have the right dog, do I? Getting back to this now, hey, Duke is no pushover either.
No.
Smoke Show's no pushover.
Well, think about this.
And this dog is going to be in shape after the first battle with these two here. I can promise you this man's camped out on this dog, and he's sitting on go.
Well, talking of that, Duke is no stranger to the winner's circle. He's
Absolutely. World champion,
won
man.
several world championships, and knows what a good one is.
Yeah, and I've made him so mad he's wanting to strangle me. You know what I mean? Imagine that.
He's probably not the only one.
Hey, imagine that.
He's like
That's why I
John. He
love
knows
this guy.
how to get
Well,
me
he's
ready.
got
He
an eye.
can.
He's got an eye for talent. I remember.
There you go.
I remember. It was in 90s.
You too.
97, 98, or 97, I think, when he would have won the world hunt with Jasper. And, that was it was a very tough weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And he knew how to just stay out of trouble. And it won him his second world championship. Won it with Tom in 93. It's hard to imagine. I mean, 93 is a long time.
That's a long time.
As far as I know, that's the only father-son that's ever won the world hunt.
No, I think.
No.
I know Willie and Ann won it.
Yeah, I think there's been a few, but I know we talked about that at the world. But,
we'll
the
have
other
to
thing is, too,
investigate
just for the viewers, there is three to four different world championships throughout the year, depending on what registry that you're hunting in on that side of it. But we're just kind of talking a little bit about United Kennel Club. They always hold a very prestigious world hunt. I think it's one of the most sought after titles in the coon hunting world or whatever. And one thing, I just a huge shout out to Pro Sport and working alongside with United Kennel Club. Alan Grinich does a phenomenal job there. And I know that, it's all for these kennel clubs. When these kennel clubs started working together, our sport certainly become a better sport. So absolutely.
It's getting back to teamwork. You know what I mean?
Well, it's
you all got to work together to make
it's
this
what,
work.
it's what it should be.
That unification can't do anything but help the sport go in the right direction.
You got
Well, and being able to compete at different levels, what I love about the opportunity that's out there, if you're a young hunter and just getting into it, or if you're a seasoned handler, and even there's a lot of not to throw Jeff Rickless under the bus, he's a good buddy of mine, but it's also a place where you can be in your early 60s and be able to go out there and compete on that side of it. So
I still got bus tracks on my neck when he spun out on me, by God.
Well, he probably wants tracks on the other side.
I'd say he does.
Okay, absolutely. Moving on to cast 6.
Absolutely, guys.
Oh, all right. It's Rock and Adam Lowry, Habits Bad B and Billy Berry, Archangel and Sammy Raines, and Hard Time Sexy and Justin Allen.
Right.
Well, Adam Lowry's from down in this area.
He'll be tough to beat.
And he's going to, he always seems to show up in the winner's circle. I don't know a lot about the dogs that are here. I know Sammy Raines.
Always has a good one.
Hunted with my good buddy Robert Rackster for a lot of years.
Yes.
Back when they had Mojo, which is where a lot of dogs come from. And then Habits Bad B, Billy Berry. Very good cast, certainly.
I mean, there's 3 dogs. I think this is their first pro sport hunt.
That's Chris Hyde's father-in-law, Billy Berry, in it.
Yeah, B's got the lifetime earnings on the cast. I mean, she's got to be considered.
Who are you picking here?
I'm gonna go with B.
What are you doing there, State? Showing a weakness.
I tell you, if I had to pick, B certainly would be tough to win but I can't pick what Philip picks. I'd have to go with the Rock dog.
Yes.
So if I was to pick a winner.
All right. Well, we'll see how that falls. I'll remain calm on that cast.
Yeah. Well, we're going to go to cast 7. This is our last cast. And certainly another good one. Philip, who do we have in cast 7?
Justin Mitchum hunting Wipeout Wax. Ed Ottman is hunting Cash. Mike McAvoy is hunting Mind Games. And Ashley Oxendine is hunting Sister.
Good cast.
There's some good handlers on this cast.
Yes, there is.
My good buddy Ed Ottman.
Pig out.
He's tough.
The year that I ended up getting the Final 4 of the pro sport here, the year that when they was talking about earlier that Clayton won it, Jeff was handling Clayton, and I was hunting a little Abbey female, and Ottman was our guide in the early round or whatever, and also hunting, and that was a very, very tough cast. Ended up winning early that night. That would put me into the Saturday night round or whatever, but certainly Ed knows what a good dog is. Mind Games, no strangers to the winner's circle. Sister Ashley Oxendine, he hunts. So this is a tough cast here.
Who are you picking here?
I mean, I like game, but does Ed have the home court advantage guiding the Mackie Allen?
It'd be hard for me to pick against.
He knows
Ed
where he's going.
He knows where he's going, and I guarantee that dog's been hunted there. Any of the 4, honestly, with going through these casts like this, you could literally take these dogs and hunt them tonight and recast them in the same conditions tomorrow night and have a different winner on all 7 casts.
Absolutely.
That's just the way.
My dad run probably every night. That's the way these dogs are. They're not machines. They're not. Hey, they are animals.
Talking to these casts stuff like that, Kurt, most consistent cast winner that you've either been around or that you've hunted that consistently would win a cast.
Man, there's been several good hounds that could do that. You know what I mean? Under pressure. I tell you, man, I got to think about that. I mean, I don't get stumped very often. You know what I mean? I've seen a lot of good hounds, but it's just like you say, a dog that wins tonight might not win tomorrow. The next week, they just kind of swap back and forth. But I'll tell you what.
Isn't it amazing, too?
Echo done is about as much winning that I know of consistently. 595,000. He's laying on the floor of my house. That don't mean nothing. The boys that had him done a good job. Devin York bought him, and I ended up with him there. He's been a good kid, a friend of mine. But that dog was a cast winner all the way through, if you follow him.
Yeah.
Pretty consistent.
It'd be pretty hard this weekend.
And I love Trackman. And Trackman won for Kurt Aaron. Let me tell you about me, Steve. If Kurt Aaron can win, hey, you can win a world hunt the stuff I'm hunting. You understand? Because like he was saying earlier, it comes down to the last cast, and you got to remain calm. And you notice I do that pretty good by watching me. But
Kurt, I don't want to throw you under the bus, but
don't, it ain't bothered you for 20 years. Don't quit now, by God.
classical hunt I'll ever remember. It's a funny moment to remember. It's one of the moments that you never forget. When a man's dog legitimately strikes second and he takes 100 pump and gets struck back in for a quarter.
Oh yeah, you're gonna bring that up? That was like a nightmare.
No, but it's all good.
It's all good. Hey, you got to have fun.
I would say, looking at these cards again, know some of these dogs, some of them I don't, but it'd be hard for me to pick. As far as an overall weekend winner, it would be hard for me to pick.
Man, they're all coon treers in this case.
But, Ann has been very consistent.
Yes.
And this is her time of the year now, coming into that time. So, but like you said, it's you could hold this hunt 3 times and have a different winner all 3 times for sure. So absolutely. So that's a little bit of the 7 cast breakdowns that we have. Again, you can watch us live on Facebook. You can comment or certainly put questions on there or whatever. And we want to thank our sponsors again for making this hunt possible. Joy Dog Food, Elite Nutrition, Strix Tree Dogs, Yoder Nylon, Briar Creek Hunting Supply, Razor Lights, Dog and Hunt Supply. So super excited to have them on board with us. We could not do this hunt without our sponsorship. So we're going to take another short break. We're getting a few reports in and a few casts are starting to finish up, and look forward to as these cast winners come back in to bring some of these to you guys live. So with that, we will be right back.
Thank you.
Well, welcome back to each and every one of you that's joining us live tonight. We are starting to have some cast winners come in right now. Matter of fact, we have a winner sitting at a chair with us here. We're going to go to him in just in a minute. So we are at the Ridgeland, South Carolina Pro Sport Truck Hunt 2026. And we have 3 casts back in, and we're going to get to hear from these handlers. So we're super excited about it. So we're going to go right to our winners. So we have Tyler Balcom. Tyler Balcom.
Yep.
Well, congratulations, Tyler.
Thanks, sir.
So looks like you guys had a pretty decent hunt. Tell us a little bit about your hunt, and tell us a little bit about you and your hound.
Yes, sir. This is he's a younger dog. He hasn't. We started him kind of late. We bought him as a puppy. We actually bought him off John Strickland. He's off of the Z Dog and then the Game Changing Page Female.
Track man in there.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
You're gonna get me out of there.
Yeah,
That's
he
why we
hadn't-
picked him, Steve.
exactly. But he's a nice young dog. I hadn't pushed him in many hunts. This is his first bigger hunt I took him to, and he really looked good. We cut him out of the truck and took third strike, and first tree he did a good job. He was 800 in probably 10 minutes, and we got in there and he had a coon. There's another dog come in there late and backed him, so he drew 25 minus, and we recut. And another dog was treed in a den tree. Actually, I could hear Z treat again. I had recut him. He was probably treed off the recut in 15 minutes, and I was just playing a little defense.
You bet.
Another dog treat in, and we circled that. Took a while on the. He used up most of the shine time on the den trying to find him, and then Rod's dog made a tree. He shined it most of the time. We seen a couple coons setting up. We couldn't find one in his tree, big hairy tree, and we circled it. And I could hear my dog. My dog was about 450 treed good, and Travis was trying to get his dog treat in. I couldn't hear him that well, so we started back to the other guy's tree. He treated his young dog back in, and we heard Travis's dog on the way. And I was looking at the time. I had about 31 minutes left, and I was trying to see if I
Counting it
could.
down on you, son.
I was trying to see if I had enough time to score Travis's tree before I had to make my decision.
Absolutely.
He was a little slow getting treed on the recut. He made some circles right there, and I was trying to play as much
You
defense
bet.
as I could. And Travis's dog did a good job. Had a cone, and I treated in there with about 2 minutes left. We walked to him, and he had a cone. Did a good job.
Boy, we done a nice
Yeah, he
job
did look
for you.
good.
Did you hunt in some water? I'm sorry, Steve.
No, it was beautiful. We could have hunted in our
It
tennis
is
shoes.
beautiful
There was
down
a
there.
couple little low spots that got soft, and we kind of back up and go around them. And other than that, you could have hunted in Crocs. It was beautiful.
Nice.
I remember when they made that cross. He can't be what's his
He
actual
hunts a
age?
spring 2-year-old. He's
Okay,
May
so-
7th of 23.
So he's what, 18, 19?
Yeah, about 20,
About
22
about 22 months old. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, hey, have you owned him pretty much all your life?
We bought him when he was 6 weeks old.
Bought him when
Right
he was
on,
6
man.
weeks
That's
old.
what I like
I
right
didn't.
there.
I didn't like the pup as a baby pup. He
Well,
was
your dad didn't
yappy
like
and-
you at times either.
That's
you know what I
right.
mean?
He was going through the dumb stage, and I sent him to a guy's house, and he said he goes hunting great, but he's not really doing nothing. And I went and picked him up. And we go to a trip in Missouri every year, hunt with a buddy of mine, Brian Oglesby.
Oh, yeah.
Right
Well,
out
you've
there
been
next to
pursuing
you.
my coons like that.
Well, you're a coons matey. How about that?
Oh, there you go. Nah,
we-
hey, Brian's good people. I've known him a long
We
time.
got back from that. We took him out there, and he was just a dumb puppy that had treated a coon or two. And when we come back, he was treating coons on old dogs out there.
Yeah.
What would you say is his strong point? What
Fast.
Yeah.
Fast.
That-
He's
that's
lower
where it's
end
at.
strike dog, but he hunts on the 5th recut like he does the first
One
one.
bar
Right
tree
up.
dog is what I'm talking about.
He will open on a hot track, and he'll give you a little mouth on it, but if he circle around, boom.
Yeah. You know where that comes from? That track man. Hello.
we knew we was going to hear that a time or two. Well, certainly, congratulations,
Thank you.
Tyler.
Thank you.
I'm sure you're excited for tomorrow night.
Absolutely.
Hey,
Pleased to meet you.
Thank you.
You're in the top 12.
Yes, sir.
So
Excited.
feel good.
Yes, it does.
Hang in there,
I'm
boy.
going
Hunting
to.
for a 2026 brand new Chevy Silverado. So
Yes, sir.
certainly excited for that. So
Absolutely.
congratulations,
Thank
Tyler.
you.
Absolutely. We look forward to seeing you here back here tomorrow night.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
So Tyler Balcom hunting ZZ Top, a young dog. So certainly congratulations to Tyler on that. So we are going to we have a few other winners come in. We are going to do the comment section here a little bit. Tyler, we're going to have someone else probably comment. So
Thank y'all.
congratulations
Good luck
again.
tomorrow,
Appreciate it.
young man.
Thank you.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Tell that Brian, by God, keep it going on up there.
Absolutely. I know you had some comment sections on there. Do you want to comment on? I know some people.
Yeah,
have commented
I got it.
on there.
Yeah.
I'd like to hold on.
Come on in here, Maynard Greg.
Hey,
I'd like to comment
Talking
just
Sit
for a
on
second.
down in here.
So Kurt, I've noticed Kurt
We'll be
I
doing
just
these.
escaped from a mental
Hold
institution.
on,
what
man.
I'm trying to say.
We'll be doing these live interviews.
Come on in
And-
there, Gregory.
And Kurt.
Don't you have is your card not somewhere? Where's
Yes,
your
you
card?
can have it.
Let's just
You
go
can have my
Hey,
card. But anyhow,
What do you mean his card? He
Hold
prints them all up as he
can I
comes.
talk?
Thank you. Go ahead.
So anyhow,
All right, boys.
we last time we did this, we'd do a little bit long. Kurt say, "Let's go to the comments. Let's go to the comments." Kurt Herring, boy, he's a girl. Well, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Hey, I like the way you say that, my guy. Hey, you got to get it where you can get it. Y'all remember that. You know what I mean? Now, listen, we hit you tonight. Hey, I told him what a nice guy you was about. I wrote him a check. I wasn't worth the papers on. He covered me. Started about how you started through all this, made this organization. Y'all did a good job. I am saying that. And I'm not kissing his backside. He told me not to say the ass word. But anyway, I am proud of you. Congratulations, tonight, Greg.
Greg, let's go a little bit to, I know you won your cast. Let's
Yeah.
go a little bit to your hunt. I know you're hunting a dog called Cowboy. I think you guys just recently, maybe in the last few months, obtained or whatever. So tell us a little bit about your hunt. I know you got to do entries and stuff here in a little bit for the late round or whatever, but tell us a little bit about Cowboy, a little bit about your hunt.
A little bit about Cowboy. He the interesting thing about Cowboy is I recently moved to Kentucky, down to Germantown, Kentucky, which is about 10, 15 minutes from Brookville, Kentucky. So Cowboy was born and raised in Brookville, Kentucky.
That's pretty cool.
Which is about 5 or 10 miles from my house. Billy Bauer, he trained him. He kind of got the dog going. I drawed the dog when he was 10 months old, and seen him tree a coon. He won a cast. It was a $35 hunt, but he won a cast, done a real good job. But back to that whole story, it's pretty neat hunting a dog comes from about 10 miles from my house there. And like I say, Billy Bauer got him started. He
I had
sold
a
him.
girlfriend like that once.
Did you really?
But
But no, he come from Billy, and Billy trained him. Billy's a real good dog man from down
Yes.
in our areas. Got really good dogs. Hunts that line of Buck Creek dogs.
I bet Donnie Dunlap and Chuck's up here watching, aren't they?
Yep. They
You
got
know,
the Buck
naturals
Creek
though. That dog was a natural, wasn't he, Greg? I'm a
He
good
was
trainer.
he was
but
a nice pup. I seen him tree a coon when he's 10 or 11 months old.
That's
Billy had sold him to Josh Craig. I actually hunted with him when Josh had him, and really liked him. And I thought, man, I'm going to steal this thing. And that was about the time me and Adam partnered up, and tried to get. Told Adam, I said, man, I hunted with a really nice dog. Now this has been, 3-4 years ago. Said, hunted with a really nice dog. We ought to try to get him. And what we didn't know was, Ike Rainey and him ended up with him, a few months later.
So the Cowboy dog
Money
has no
talk,
age on
bullshit
him then.
talk.
He'll be 6 in March. So
Okay.
young dog yet.
yeah, that's what I say. I like him at age.
Yeah, I do too.
The thing I want to call, not a lick of TrackMan in this dog.
What?
Nothing.
Wait a minute,
No.
DNA, man. If he's treating coons, he's a natural
There's no
DNA.
TrackMan in it.
Greg, I got
He sounds like my dad. He said, I couldn't have no more like him. I know he ain't out of me. Ain't that handy? You gotta love you. Yes.
I want to. We had Tim Kramer sit with us a little bit earlier,
Marvelous
kind of
fellow.
going back to the hunts and stuff, and we was talking about how the hunts evolved from 30 years ago to where they're at now, and he reminiscing on the year that he won the truck.
Yep.
He was a young man in his
Very
cast.
young man.
This would have been in '98, I think he said.
98, exactly.
So,
what it was. Yep.
Just to think about that, here we are, almost 27 years later or whatever. And certainly, what year did you guys start pro sport?
2020, COVID.
Yeah, so COVID year, you guys
Yeah.
you started pro sport with the intent, I think, giving away a truck or two. in the
That was
beginning.
our intention now, and I got to give all the credit to Scott Engel and Levi Stevenson. They're the ones that wanted to have a truck hunt. At that time, I was doing the squirrel hunts, doing a lot of the squirrel
He was
hunts.
big time that one year.
Yeah, and Scott, luckily Scott invited me into their little gig that they had, and we come in with the envision of having we was gonna have one truck hunt. We had it at Mount Orb, down at our local club. Well, we actually was gonna have it at Hillsboro. That was COVID, and that was right in the dead hot heat of COVID.
Yep.
And we had rented Highland County didn't want to do it because of COVID, so we went to Mount Orb. And Mount Orb, we rented a big tent, a big circus tent, and put it up outside. And
He
had
said it right. Circus
Yeah.
tent. Hello.
Yeah.
That would have been your first
the
truck.
very
That's a
first
blessing.
hunt.
That's
We had the hand sanitizers was sitting on every table, and that was our first hunt, and it went over good. And had another hunt, and before you know it, here we are. You know,
Would you maybe you have this off the top of your? What truck hunt would this make for you? Would you know?
don't have a clue. A
Yeah.
bunch.
Yeah, I'd love to go back and see.
we're
It.
not
I know,
done, right?
it's been several or whatever, but well, hey, I know you got to do entries, Greg. We have a few more winners that are waiting to come sit down or whatever, but we want to say a huge congratulations on the cast win tonight, and certainly everything that you've done with Pro Sport. And I know we're going to be talking tomorrow night for all those that are tuning in a little bit more about Pro Sport in depth. We're going to get to talk to Adam Campbell and kind of the direction that you guys want to go. But certainly, like you said, Levi Stevenson, Scott Engel had a huge part in getting this thing kicked off. They're family men. They're raising young families and so forth or whatever. So certainly look forward to that as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to mention our cast there just a little bit before we get
rip
to
it on.
talk
Yeah,
about
That's
it.
what happened.
But had a great Lee Avery. He guides us over here about 15 minutes away. Beautiful
If you ain't got no
plantation.
blue, then he'll run you off, Greg. Not just kidding.
Yeah, beautiful plantation, beautiful spot. We had an outstanding cast: Kenny Hunt, Nick Holt, and Robbie Rhodes. But we had a really good cast. Me and Adam got done, and Adam said, "Man, that was a really good cast." And I said, "Be honest with you, man. About all these pro sport hunts are good
They are.
casts." So
I'll say that. They got rid of the guys like me. That helped.
That's right.
Don't you think at a level like this, we have 48 hounds that are out here competing, and there's not a slouch in the bunch. And I think when you bring good dogs and good handlers, usually makes for a good hunt.
We drawed, we pulled out here, and Adam was sitting in there with me, and I said, "Man, we drawed a tough cast." I said, "But honestly, every cast here is tough. Every dog here is
Absolutely.
tough."
We was talking about that earlier. You mean to tell me he let you drive? Adam did?
I drive everywhere. Ask everybody. So,
Drive me crazy. So I'm counting.
guys, I'm gonna scoot off here and
Thank
get
you,
ready to
Greg.
draw these.
Absolutely.
But,
Congratulations.
hey,
Hope you win this truck. I'll drive it home for you.
there you go. A shout out.
Missouri.
Yeah, shout out to our sponsors: Joy Dog Food, Elite Nutrition, Yoder Nylon, Razor Lights, Razor Hunting Gear, Briar Creek Hunting Supply,
Absolutely.
Dog and Hunt Supply, D&D Sports,
I said that
Yeah.
earlier, Greg.
and then Bob Allen Motor Mall.
Yeah,
They supply us with
yeah.
all these trucks and stuff. And the Dalton Gang. I can't thank you all enough for what you're doing. What you all are doing here is what is going to make our sport go from here to keep rising. So,
Well, I think it's our overall intent to bring it's our hope to bring to the viewer kind of into their living room what we've enjoyed for years and years
Absolutely.
on that side. And certainly are excited for tomorrow night. We're going to be live
Yep.
on the 3 casts that are going back out, and then also on the final cast. So certainly excited for that. So make sure you tune in tomorrow night for that.
absolutely. Thank you all. Appreciate you all watching. Appreciate what you're doing. Burkholder, it's a great pickup. And like I told you earlier, cut down on the TrackMan.
Oh, yeah.
Comments.
That's
We're
what I
good.
love about him. You know what I mean?
As
He's like an ex-girlfriend I had. Gone.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to
Thank
have
you,
another
Greg.
one. I think Philip.
Who's
is
our
out
next
here,
man?
Going to bring the next winner in here. So certainly slide in here.
Congratulations, young man.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Who do we have? Who do we have as the winner here?
Justin Allen.
Justin Allen. He was one of the first casts back in, wasn't he?
Yes, he was.
Well, them ones that just roll over their casts, they usually get back early, don't they?
Yeah.
I hear you.
Well, Justin, congratulations.
Thank
So
you, buddy.
tell us a little bit about your hunt. Tell us a little bit about your dog and how your cast went.
About my hunt, it was pretty kind of a dead hunt, what I would call it. Every dog got busted up. The little female, I forget, Angel female, she got treed first. She had first and first on a circle, and then I was struck for 50 and got treed through there. Pretty good piece and had a coon. And then Adam and the Rock Dog drawed some minus, and the 6 called them, and it just kind of played out.
Sound like the dog stayed
Yeah.
clean, treated
Yeah.
coon, did what he needed to do.
What's your little dog out of?
She's out of a male, which is out of lockbox called JR, and Trips Pretty Penny, which was out of $1,000 bill. No, Power Trip and $1,000 baby.
Yeah. Gotta get some TrackMan in there somewhere.
That's
Yeah. Actually, do you own?
Yeah, me
also-
and my partner David Dutton.
Okay, David. Absolutely. How long have you guys owned?
We've had her probably 3 years,
Right on.
Okay.
two
That's it. How old is she?
She's be 4 next month.
Before next month. Absolutely.
Praise
Where do
him.
you call home, Justin?
Dillon, South Carolina,
Okay, so that's how far would that be from here?
2.5 hours.
Okay. What's the hunting like there in regards to here?
It's about pretty much the same. I mean, we
Okay.
got swamp, low country where I'm at, river swamps, and you got about the same around here. It ain't too much difference.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, huge congratulations. You're in the top 12.
Yeah.
The
Hey.
truck hunt, got to be pretty excited about that,
I got to
right?
ask the most important part. Have you ever raised any pup shit out of it?
No.
That's coming. Call me,
Maybe one
by
day.
God.
Yeah.
Hey, win this thing, son.
I'm a
Good luck.
dog.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Congratulations,
Yeah.
Justin.
Nice young boy. What about our comments here? What do we got going on out there, JJ Jr.? Let's make some things happen.
He was talking on someone. He was talking on someone else that was making comments, right?
Well, yeah. Well, I tell you what. Now, this is a blessing being here. Ain't it?
Now we gotta be back here tomorrow. Between 4 and 5.
Now, Sammy's taking my lake. Sammy Rain.
Has he paid for it?
Why don't we? We're gonna go to a break here,
Right there.
and we're gonna have a few more cast winners. They're gonna come back in, and we'll be back live to interview them. So we'll talk to you guys in a little bit.
See you, Shar. You got everything.
Well, we're back here live with another winner. This is our fourth cast that's back in, and we have a winner. I want to say congratulations to Michael Langley. Welcome, certainly, and certainly excited to have us here with us. And I'm sure you're pretty excited too that you're in the top 12 of the truck hunt for tomorrow night. So,
Yes, sir.
Michael, tell us a little bit about yourself, about your cast, your dog, and how things go out there this evening.
It went good. Treated a coon out the truck and then caught a coon on the ground and then ended up training another coon at the end.
It always makes it a little bit interesting when you catch one on the ground. It always as a handler, kind of puts you in a situation a lot of times you don't want to be in, right?
Yes, sir.
Was it quite a ways in there, or did you know he had it on the ground?
He went
or-
but about 80 yards from us when he caught.
Oh, that was nice. Got right
Yeah,
to
that
him
makes it
there.
a little bit. That makes it a little bit nicer on that side of it. So, Michael, where do you call home?
Manning,
Okay, how far is that from here?
about 2 hours.
About 2 hours. So, yeah, hunting a little bit relatively close, the same as is here.
Yes, sir. That's all big swamp.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. What about your dog? Tell us about your dog.
He belongs to Roger Odom.
Okay, Roger.
Yeah,
Yes,
lots
yeah.
of good people in.
Yeah. So, how old of a dog is he?
He's 6.
6 years old. Yeah.
Bruce Raven's the one that trained him.
Okay. That's the one that Bruce would have had at one time. Yeah. How long have you been hunting, Michael?
About 3 months.
About 3 months. Okay. So,
Liking him, aren't you, Michael?
Yes.
yeah.
I
Kind
like him a
of.
lot better than this truck, right? No, I'm just
He's very
kidding.
nice.
What is this? Have you hunted in quite a few truck hunts before? Or?
No, I hunt another dog for Roger too. That's the one we've been hunting, but we switched up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Sounds like it was time to switch up, wasn't it, Steve?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You betcha.
Well, hey, congratulations on your cast win. Congratulations on the top 12 here, certainly. And I would think that you're probably, you like the other 12 have just as good a shot at bringing home this
Absolutely.
2026
We're gonna try.
Chevy Silverado for sure. So
Yes.
Did you have some
Absolutely.
good sportsmanship out there leading that?
Yeah, I did Kai Roberts and everything went smooth.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we was talking about that, Steve. You get this level of dogs and handlers. It's not that other ones ain't professional. It seems like things go a little smoother, don't they?
Yes.
You think that in your mind too? How do you feel about that, Steve? Same too?
well, I just think that with the level of competition, I've always had better hunts when it seemed like the competition was
Tough.
Yeah, a little bit better level. And even with that being said, I see a dog got struck for 100 and had a line drew through the strike, stuff like that. Dogs can get out of the pocket. Anything
Absolutely.
can happen. So
Breaks win coon on some of the time.
Yeah. Some of it's a good break, some of it's a bad.
I hear you, son.
absolutely.
Good luck with that, Al.
Congratulations. Thank you
Thanks.
so much. Thanks for joining us.
Yes,
See you
So
tomorrow, brother.
absolutely. So we're gonna
What
go
we got
through
going
a few,
on,
we're
man?
gonna go through a few of the comment section. Just do a few comments on people watching. We do want to say that we certainly are awesome that you guys are joining us live. Certainly, thank you for those that are commenting
Absolutely.
on that. And we're going to talk a little bit about some live streaming that's going to happen tomorrow night. But Kurt, do you want to say anything on?
Yeah, I'd
some
like to
comments?
say something. Without these boys, there wouldn't be no viewers. And I want to look out to people that's called me this week and said, Kurt, hey, people in Alabama, Oklahoma, hey, Missouri, all my great friends. And to have Steve here and make all this possible. I never thought I'd be sitting up here, but without all your viewers, we wouldn't have this position, would we, Steve?
Talking about viewers, Kurt. Tomorrow night, this is going to be the first ever for Pro Sport. They're going to be
Pay-per-view, man.
pay-per-view. I mean, who would ever thought it would go that? But you can go to www.dndsportsandnetwork.com and you can create your account today. It's $5, and you can watch us on pay-per-view tomorrow night. So it's another thing that we're going to be doing. Kurt, what's your thoughts on that?
My thoughts on that is who's not going to give $5 to see my goofy ass? You know what I mean? But anyway, hey, this is just bringing a new deal to these hunts. You know what I mean?
Certainly, absolutely. We're excited for it. It's going to be my first time being on that side. But again, like I said, you can go to www.dndsportsandnetwork.com. Create your account today. It's $5. You can watch this live on pay-per-view tomorrow night. And tomorrow night, different from tonight. Tonight we're interviewing the winners. But tomorrow night, we're going to be doing a lot of live shots out in the
In the
field.
woods,
And so we're
absolutely.
going to see a lot of action. We're going to be jumping from cast to cast. We're going to be bringing all that live. And then also we'll be interviewing some of the guys that won early and moving into a final four as they give away, or final three, I should say. I believe it's final three for the truck hunt. So we do have 4 casts back in. We're still waiting for the last 3 casts to get back in. And I know the guys are lining up over here at the entry table, getting ready to draw for the last 5 casts that go back out late. And we're going to be bringing them casts to you guys live before they go out in the woods or whatever, and kind of sharing with you guys who are in them final 5 casts. So again, www.dndsportsandnetwork.com. Create your account. $5. You can watch this live pay-per-view tomorrow night. So we're certainly looking forward to that. So
Something new in it. This is very great.
and we're going to be live on Facebook. Like and comment on there. We're going to be going through some of the comment section here and there, and certainly want to interact with some of our viewers. So with that, we will come back here in just a few minutes and we'll interview our last 2 or 3 handlers.
Absolutely.
Well, we are back here live. Still waiting on a few casts to come back in, but we do have a late cast that's going to be going back out that we're going to report to you here in a minute. We're going to go to the comment section here in a little bit or whatever. But Kurt, we was just kind of out there walking around with some of the guys. A lot of excitement in the air from the ones that won, and certainly a lot of excitement for the ones that are getting ready to go back out and hunt.
Absolutely.
So what we're going to do is we're going to share the cast as they are drawn. We have one cast sitting here that's already been drawn, actually getting ready to leave to go back out and hunt the late round. And you're going to hear some dogs that we talked about early are also hunting late. So at Pro Sport here, if you hunt early and you get beat, they have 7 casts early and they have 5 casts late. It gives you the opportunity to re-enter and hunt late if there's an entry available. So for a few of these on here, they are going to have the opportunity to hunt late again. So in our first cast, it's actually late cast number 2. We have Wipeout 3 Breeze by Kenny Hunt. I know he hunted early. Habits Bad B, Billy Berry. Clyde, Dylan Bradshaw talked to Clyde quite a bit Dylan quite a bit tonight, and certainly he was waiting around to go hunt late. So certainly hunting a good dog. And then we have Han Solo hunted by Hayden Burke. So that is late cast number 2. So again, a really good cast. A lot of really good hunters in this cast. So that is going to be one of your late casts. Late cast number 2.
Do you know what Dylan's dog's out of?
I do not.
That's some girl stuff. Bushwhacker.
Probably. Well, I'd say he's going to be tough to beat.
Oh, I hear that coming, don't you? You believe that?
Absolutely. But hey, while we got some time here, we've seen that quite a few guys have been commenting on the on our post or whatever. I know we have Josh Mills said Walker dog are the best. Coma bred. So Kurt, I don't know, does any of that ring a bell with you or not?
Oh yeah, there's some of that Coma and some of that stuff I got.
Josh Buckingham. Yeah, right there. So he must be a fan of that as well. So
absolutely.
David Lewis, Raleigh will win. So certainly a Riley fan here. Jim Curtis,
Kobe Rash,
great
look at
job,
him,
guys. Thank you, Jim, for the comments. Certainly appreciate that. Andrew Mead, Strickland is the GOAT. I'd have to agree that a lot of people will on that side of it. He's been doing it a long time. So
what's this one on track, man? Here, let's see what he said.
Kobe Rash kind of busted on you a little bit there, Kurt. But John Hensley, thanks for tuning in. Certainly appreciate that. Steve Nading, Smoke Show, certainly is one that would be just as tough as anything here beating. So also, what did he ask there, Kurt?
Hunting some TrackMan stuff for a 1-year-old, he said, isn't he? Nice.
Yeah, he's not converted yet, is he, Kurt?
He's on the right road, man.
Jim Curtis says, congratulations, Tyler, certainly. Also, congratulations, Greg. Caleb Miller. Boy, I tell you what, we're going to have to quit talking about so much TrackMan on here. Kurt, we're going to convert these guys.
That's what I'm after.
Before it is.
It's called marketing.
Jim Curtis, thanks for the kind words. We feel the same way. Pro Sport does an incredible job for, as we heard from Greg earlier tonight, launching in 2020 when we was kind of in the height of COVID and everybody else was shutting down. They did it anyway. So certainly D&D Sports Network, certainly we're excited for that as well. Yes, well, Rash talks about starting with this TrackMan again. So just kind of going through some of these comments. Certainly want to thank all of you guys for commenting and coming on and viewing and so forth. So as you can hear in the background, they are drawing out a cast.
They're getting excited,
and getting ready to go out. So absolutely, certainly excited for that. Kurt, tell me a little bit about the difference between, just for the viewers, what it can be difference on, I mean, most of the time on hunting in the late round versus the early round.
Well, a lot of people, not this league, but a lot of people hunt early. They got jobs. You know what I mean? Most of them was overrated, but you got to have one. I like to hunt from midnight to about right before me and my wife had a little thing years ago. She said, I don't mind you hunting, but I always want you home before I go to work. So I'd always try to get hunt to about 4:35, beat home to make sure, no more than she got out of the driveway, the dust settled on Kirk be in the bed. You know what I mean?
Right.
But these late rounds take a different type of dog sometimes. we got what you call some good layup dogs, you know. That's where track man's come into effect, by the way, Steve. But no, there's a
We'll
lot
never
of
guess that.
Who would ever
The
guess that,
first
right?
2 hours tonight. talking
But
about it.
a lot of dogs just work better late, and some dogs like it earlier. Different style track dogs, you know. Is that kind of your opinion of that too, Steve, or not?
Well, yeah, and you know, when you hunt, for the most part, it's certainly different. You know, game moves at different types of the night.
Absolutely.
And you know, we've hunted some where you couldn't get nothing going until 2 o'clock in the morning, and then all of a sudden, the last 3
They're
hours,
everywhere.
everywhere. But for the most part, you know, for me, if I was hunting in the late round, I wanted to, you know, if I was going to hunt a dog in the late round, I wanted one that tried to keep its nose clean.
Absolutely.
Wasn't one that had to absolutely get treated necessarily in the first hour if that's what it took. Because
Right.
you get in some of these places and the stuff is kind of laid up tight and they've been laid up tight for a few hours. Sometimes you have to roam a lot. And it just seemed to me on a lot of them late rounds, it's usually the dog that keeps its nose the cleanest, usually has the best opportunity to
Absolutely.
advance on that side. Now, certainly this time of the year, as you guys seen, we already, I don't know, the time now is 11:09 and we already have a late round cast going back out right now. So a 90-minute cast, they could very easily be done, you know, 1:30. So with having, I do love the quick turnaround, the way Pro Sport does it.
Yes.
When they come
absolutely.
in, as the hunters come in, if they're hunting late, they're drawing their cast. If they get a full cast,
They're
it's
gone.
none of this waiting around for everybody else to come in.
You remember them
Yeah,
days, don't you, Steve?
We do. And it seems like what it does is not as congested when they go back out. And it gives hunters, you know, they come back in as soon as they're done because they know if they get in one of them casts, they can go right back out. And it's just easier for the guides and so forth, those that have to work
Yeah.
the next morning.
What I notice,
Go
if
for
you do have a late round and you get beat, which we all have gotten beat, if you get right back out there, your dog don't get a stiff laying around, you know, like the old days, we'd have to wait. You know what I mean? It just, yeah, I like this getting in and out. I think that's very important also, you know.
Yeah, over the years, Kurt, on dogs, I know for me I had or whatever, but there was certain dogs that I did hunt over the years that I'm not saying prefer hunting late, but I felt like I had a better shot hunting
Yes,
late.
me
than
too.
and I had my Abigail female was tremendous early, but I would struggle a little bit with her late. She was a layup dog, but it just seemed, but she was one that loved to have game on the ground.
Right.
And
It
so
was fast at it, wasn't you,
yeah,
Steve?
very fast at it. And so when they kind of got tight, it wasn't that she didn't have the ability to tree coons late, but if the breeze was just right, she would sometimes miss them by a
You're
tree,
off a tree.
you know, on that side of it. So I know, you know, some dogs, if they would give us the opportunity to split, if you're hunting an open hunt, I was going to say split. And if I thought I had one that was tough in the late round, we was hunting.
Yeah.
And so, you know, I think, but for the most part, most dogs, if they have the ability to, and they're multidimensional and they can score tree coons from more than just one fashion, you know, no pun intended, but we do have a lot of dogs in today's age that are, they're looking for that one style of coon.
Yeah, I like a balanced dog, Steve, you know. And here's the thing about me. I've made a lot of mistakes handling. I was never the best handler in the world, but I was always out there to have fun and everything and try to be sportsman as I could. But you're right. Some dogs you didn't really want to hunt late. But if I ever got TrackMan in early, not bringing him back up, I could usually get him in late because, like you said, some dogs late, when I treat them layups, they'll be off a tree. It's barred. It's called a knack. You know what I mean? To be able to get under them layups. A lot of people call them layup dogs today. They might bark 3 or 4 times in a tree. No, a real layup dog, Steve, is one that you throw his head in the air and he just falls under it. That's the way I was raised. What do you think? What's your thoughts on that?
Well, I think you can do, Mike, you might as well come in and sit down and we'll get right
sit
to
down,
it.
Mike.
If you want the cast.
Congratulations, son.
Thank you.
I was pulling on you.
We have another cast winner in here. Certainly want to get to them as they come in. So
Mind games, boy.
Mike Mack.
I bet Ashley's proud now, son. He won't be proud when I drive that new truck home.
Yeah, you
Tell him he can pick it up in Missouri, son.
Yeah, I think it'll go to Ohio.
What? No, man. Come on. We're going to wrestle for this, right?
Yeah.
I hope you're right. One of us has got to have it, right?
Yes, sir.
Well, we have Mike McAvoy here, hunting a dog called Mind Games for Ashley Dalton. So, Mike, congratulations. So,
Thank you.
tell us a little bit about your hunt. Tell us a little bit about your dog and maybe where you're from and a little bit about yourself.
The hunt was actually pretty nice, all old guys, so I could keep up.
I hear
And,
you.
so we right out of the truck, I had first and first on a tree, and we another dog come in, and we went in, and it was one of them big. It was a mess, and it was a 2-2 vote, so we deleted it. We come off there, and we recut. I think Ashley Oxidized dog was treed. So we went to her, and she had a coon. So we went back and we had a 2-way split tree with the Gaines, and I forget the name of the dog, or Cash. So we went to Cash, and he was circled. Went to give Mind Games. He was circled. We recut from there, and it was Cash and Mind Games doing all the work. The other two was just deep. One was in a marsh area, and we hadn't heard from Accidente's dog. And then we made another den, and then I had a coon, and Ashley got treed. So we was walking them. Mind Games come treat again. I treat him. We went to Ashley's dog, and it was right on the edge of the marsh, and it didn't have a coon. So we come back, and the judge treat his dog. So the hunt went out right after he treated. So we went into Mind Games, and the judge's dog had took some minus. So all I had to have is a circle tree. And to be honest, I don't even know. I looked to make sure it was circled, but that was all I was looking for.
You was ready to roll. Like
Yeah, I was ready to go.
Hey, I love that dog's name, Mind Games. I had a girlfriend. That's what she did to me, play Mind Games. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I believe all of us have.
You been there too?
Yeah.
Hey,
I've
this
been
guy
there.
told me one time, he said, my girlfriend's laying there, and he said, be quiet, let the poison begin.
That's a true story.
What's Mind Games out of, Mike? Do you know?
Mind Games.
Trackman. No, I'm kidding.
Easy.
He's-
Got a drive line.
Well, what's driveline on it?
I don't know. I'm a blue
sorry.
tick guy.
Oh, yeah, you guys are big buddies, aren't you? This is the Droop Goose guys, right?
That's
Back in the day.
Droop and Droop
absolutely.
Jr. There was a better one, though, than Droop and Droop Jr. when they got killed on the road, Mike. Tell us
Well,
about
I
that.
think so. That was Droop 3.
Yeah.
But
They said he was good.
he
though.
is a quick strike dog, and he is a good tree dog. So
You know, them good ones are numbered, aren't they? Like
Yeah,
that.
they
It's
are.
sad.
Once you get poison with one or two, talking of poison. Once you get poison with one or two, it's hard to go back. So he's out of line drive.
yes.
And
I can't tell you.
have you hunted a dog much, Mike? I know you.
Well, I
hunted
had
one
him in September. I had the strut dog, which is out of drive line, all summer, and then he come down the lines right before the World Hunt, and Ashley wasn't able. His son was playing football, so he wasn't able to go. So he asked me to pitch hit. So I took him home from Autumn Oaks, hunted him, and then took him to the World. We didn't get any breaks. He looked good, and then he went back, and we started hunting a female, and then Grand American come around, and Ashley asked me to pitch hit again because his son's a basketball star too.
Right.
So, and I was glad to help, and so we went there and we placed second on Friday night at the Grand American, and then I took him home and been just coon hunting him.
This is Ashley's personal dog. man.
Yes, this is his pride and joy. I don't know if he's
It's got to
going
be
to
the
get him
track man.
back,
Knows what,
but
what do you mean you ain't getting
yeah,
it back?
yeah, I like him. So,
Everybody loves winners, don't they?
yes, they do. Yes, they do. But
Everybody loves winners.
it's one thing about Ashley. It doesn't matter if he's winning or if I'm winning or any one of the guys. He's happy.
Absolutely.
He just
He's
he
a
pushes
team
us,
player,
and he makes it to where we're
and he
able
puts
to
up
do
with
this.
me.
Yes.
I'm not easy to do. That's Steve
Yeah.
or Mike. I love both of these guys. They cut me no slack, though. You hear me?
What,
I'm proud of you, son. You done good.
Mike, going back several years ago, certainly we hunted a lot together years ago or whatever. And I remember when the pro hunts come about, you know, it's a $4,000 pro hunt, and that was just a
big deal.
It was a big
It's the biggest
deal.
we
you
had,
know?
wasn't
it?
And certainly is for a lot of us, anyways. Be hunting like that, but to be in the top 12 and hunting for a
Brand new truck.
brand new truck,
The
20%.
only,
dream, isn't it?
the only thing that could make that sweeter, and he'd be rolling over because it's a white dog. But
Oh,
I'd
man.
love to have my dad here
Yeah.
Oh,
you know,
yeah, that's a blessing.
he-
I can say that too.
because he would have never dreamed of
Yeah,
it.
he would have never dreamed of, and you know, talking to him, knowing your dad for a lot of years, traveling a lot of miles with your dad, he was always. It took him a while to warm up to go into these entry fee hunts. I remember when we first started hunting the $25 and $50
Oh,
hunts.
we'd
it
have to
was-
fight with him just to get it.
It brings back a lot of good.
It
memories on
does.
that side. He just was not a proponent of if you could hand him $400 or a big old trophy, he'd take the big old trophy and put it on the mantle.
It's not to
That's
that
it.
buck.
He
Hey,
didn't-
well,
he didn't-
he was growed up when a buck was a
Yeah.
buck. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. So not that he did in the later years. We certainly
Hey, maybe it was his handler he's trying to get a hint in. No,
Very low. I mean,
you got to love sitting in between two of these blue tickers. You know what I mean? Back years ago, you guys set the pace for them back in the day, didn't you, boys?
we was very fortunate. We had some good ones for sure.
he did.
Well, tomorrow night you're in the top 12, Mike.
Yep.
I would imagine that you're just like everybody else. Phil, you have just as good of a shot to wrap this deal. We know it takes breaks.
Yeah.
You've hunted mind games now enough. I know you won early. Would you think is he an early type of hound, late type of hound, or he just kind of does the same thing?
He does the same thing. I've hunted him hard the last 3 weeks and way into the morning, and I've even taken him and put him in the box and went back and hunted another dog and left him in the box and then pulled him out and hunted him farther. He's ready. He's fun.
That homework's
That's
got to
the
be
thing.
done. Don't that
We
homework's-
very well, we might get beat tomorrow, but one thing's for sure, we're gonna have fun doing it. I mean,
They're gonna know you're there, right?
Yes, and that's what Ashley told me tonight. He said, "My gosh, he is a tree dog and he's loud." I said, "Look at me, I'm blind and I can't hear. I gotta have something loud."
That's a track man coming out. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I
I
think
figured he'd brag on mine.
honestly, if the truth was known, we probably put a little droop back in.
Oh, my God.
Huh?
Well,
Here we go again.
Hey,
That's
you
why we got
know,
DNA today, because of guys
Jim
like this.
Jim Curtis says congratulations, Mike. The comments
Yeah,
are
absolutely.
certainly
Good old Blake
thanks, Jim,
Garrett
or
up there.
whatever. So
Old buddy Blake.
absolutely. So
He's a
well,
track
Mike,
man.
you know what? Congratulations. Super excited for you. And top 12 of the truck hunt, and we look forward to seeing you here tomorrow night. So
Thank you, Mike.
congratulations.
Thank you.
Yep.
Good luck, son.
So somebody was asking on the comment section on who won early. Hunter asked that question. We'll just kind of do a recap of the cast we have in so far. So cast 7, that was just Mike McAvoy. Mind Games was the cast winner there with 150 plus. We have Danger Ranger. Mike Langley won his cast with 350 plus. We have ZZ Top.
My old brother Willie.
With Tyler Balcom, won his cast with 325 plus. We have No Gamble, Be Good Cowboy, Greg Maynard. Adam Campbell there won their cast with 375 plus. And we also have Hard Time Sexy, 175 plus cast winner Justin Allen. So that's the ones that we have in so far.
Look at them comments there, too.
We still have 2 casts left out on that side of it, and we will get them to you as soon as we can. So, Kurt, I think if you can reach over there and grab that, I think we have another cast, full cast, that is going back out. So I want to bring that to you guys. Late cast number 5 has been drawn, and the 4 dogs that will be competing in that cast is Full Strut, Charlie Young, Nova, Kai Roberts, Whack and Roll, Rod Vinson, and S&M Wipeout Max, Justin Mitchum. So that is cast number 5 that's going to be hunting late in cast number 5. So good luck to all 4 of you that are going back out there. You may hear it in the background. They're actually getting ready to release that cast to go back.
What's this comment here from Will? What's that
So-
say there?
but absolutely. So we are going to we're going to take just a real quick short break. We will be back with you here in a minute or two as we get with these last two people that won the cast. So with that,
Right on.
we're going to sign off. We'll see you in just a few minutes.
Thank you, y'all.
Welcome back to all of us that are joining us. This is going to be our final segment for the evening. So we have 7 cast winners early, and we have the 5 casts drawn late. Now you guys heard 3 of the 5 casts late we've already announced. We're going to go through some of that in this final segment or whatever, but we want to announce that the other 2 cast winners, they're not going to be back for interviews this evening, but we will try to get with them tomorrow afternoon before the casts are drawn out. So winning cast number 5 was Tom Petty, handled by Wyatt Holstein. Congratulations, Wyatt. Certainly we'll be talking to you tomorrow evening. And then Colt Perriman, hunting a dog called Rodeo's Electric Bronco, won the other cast. So neither one of them was able to make it back for our final segment. So certainly congratulations to them. So that's 2 of your winners. We heard earlier from Justin Allen, hunting Sexy. Congratulations. On to the top 12 of the hunt for tomorrow night. We have Wipeout Dangerous Ranger, Michael Langley, will be competing tomorrow night. We also have ZZ Top, Tyler Balcom, heard from him earlier. Really excited about his chances, and I would be too. He will be competing tomorrow night. Congratulations on early. And then we also have No Gamble, Be Good Cowboy, handled by Greg Maynard, owned by Adam Campbell. He will be competing tomorrow night for the truck as well. And then our last dog that won early is a dog called Mind Games. We heard from Mike McAvoy just a little bit ago. Congratulations, Mike, Ashley Dalton, and to all of our early round cast winners. So hunting late, the last 2 casts, we have cast 4. We have Rock, Adam Lowry, No Gamble, Good Golly, Miss Molly, Greg Maynard, Adam Campbell, the owner. We have Archangel, Sammy Raines, and Hard Time Hobo, Cranston Clark. So that is cast number 4. That's going to be competing late. And then in cast 1, we have Loose Cannon, Jeff Rickless, Big Country's Boy, Chad Falling. We have Smoke Show, Duke Peru, and we have Socket to him Woodrow, Chris Hyatt. That's your other 2 casts that are going to be hunting late. The other 3 that we announced earlier, we'll just go through it here real quick. In cast 5, hunting late, we have Full Strut, Charlie Young, Nova, Kai Roberts, Whack and Roll, Rod Vinson, S&M, Wipeout Max, Justin Mitchum. That is in cast number 5, hunting late. Then we have Wipeout 3 Breeze, Kenny Hunt, Habits Bad B, Billy Berry, Clyde, Dylan Bradshaw, Han Solo, Hayden Burks. That's in cast 2. And then the last cast is cast 3 is Diesel, Wyatt Holstein, Bell Island and John Strickland, Wipeout Easy 3, Robbie Rhodes, and Mojo After Dark, Dusty Perriman. Guys, I know you guys have looked over a few of these casts. Anything stand out to you on the late round? I do know this, looking at what I've seen, a lot of really good matchups.
Yes, very good.
On that side of it. I'm going to comment on the cast I just read off or whatever. Mojo After Dark, very seasoned hound. Dustin Perriman did not hunt early. His brother Colt was the one that won early with Bronco. Justin's going to hunt the late round with Mojo After Dark. Hunted with that dog a lot. Certainly you have Ann. That's going to be hunting late as well. So certainly should be a really good cast. So a lot of good matchups. I see Country Boys back hunting late. Smoke Show. That's going to be a really good cast. Jeff Rickless. A lot of seasoned handlers there as well. So
they're fixing to do some walking in this cast, aren't they?
Well,
Them
you
babies
got,
all get out around.
you got cast 4. You've got Good Golly, Miss Molly, truck winner. You got Hobo, the TOC winner.
Yeah,
That's pretty interesting.
That should
That'll
be
be
a good
something
cast.
y'all want to keep an eye on too for tomorrow. We'll see. You know, that's just what I said. These are all good dogs, but breaks wins coon hunts. I don't care what they say. You got to have a good dog. But you ever notice you catch that break, it just rolls right. You know what I mean?
especially in the late round. You got to keep your nose clean or whatever.
Absolutely.
Greg, I know you're standing over. Any final thoughts on tonight before we sign off? I know you got dogs out or whatever. I certainly want to thank our sponsors, all those that come on board with us, D&D Sports Network that does this here, certainly on that side. And certainly, Kurt, Phillip, it's certainly been fun to bring another hunt to you. We look forward to coming live to you guys tomorrow
This
night.
stuff is fun.
We're looking at going live somewhere around the 4 o'clock area, do some interviews for a lot of the cast winners from tonight, and set the stage for tomorrow night. So
What about Jasper County Chamber of Commerce letting us
but
in this big beautiful
isn't that amazing?
Beautiful.
building?
Yeah.
We'd be cold out there tonight, wouldn't we, Greg?
It'd be chilly over at the farmers market. So yeah,
This whole South hunt's been a great hit.
It's great.
Tim Kramer.
And for those that
Really
want to catch
went
us, live tomorrow night, you can go to www.dndsportsandnetwork.com and create an account. We're going to be live pay-per-view. Greg, would you ever thought that we would go live on pay-per-view at a raccoon hunt?
Hey, $5 to see a guy like me. Why not? Right?
That's exactly right.
Are you
I'd rather see Greg and this guy.
I would say most of them are going to tune in to try to see good dogs.
Well, hey, you're right there, but there's a bunch of them here.
Absolutely, certainly.
Kurt,
gonna-
can you give him a Michael Buffer before you sign off?
By God, I don't know. No, I am Greg.
Certainly,
Can you
certainly
give him a
wanna thank
little Michael
Tim-
Buffer?
Tim
Huh?
Kramer for joining us earlier tonight too. Step over here, Tim.
Step over here,
Step over
Tim.
where you can see. Get on the up on the cowboy hat.
The view is what about y'all taking that place.
I hear you. Boy, my wife watches him. I say, you got to be kidding me, kid.
Step over here, Tim. We want to say again. I know you stuck around.
Can't say enough for this club.
Uh,
All this whole crew here. Everybody.
Come over here, Tim.
Teamwork,
Certainly,
isn't it?
certainly want to say thank you to Tim. I know he was out here helping close the clubhouse down tonight. He's going to be here tomorrow night. We're going to be talking to a few of the ladies from the Chamber of Commerce, so we're super excited on that as well. So,
Miss Kendall Malthus and Julie Mingledorf.
Good looking, nice
Absolutely.
fellas.
yeah.
Right on. That's
Absolutely.
why I
So
like it.
we're certainly excited for that. So for all of us here, thank you for tuning in on us for the early route or for the first night of the Pro Sport Truck Hunt in Ridgeland, South Carolina, 2026.
Thank you all.
We'll be back tomorrow. We're going to start photos and all that stuff around 4:00.
Matchups.
coming, matchups, all that good stuff. So looking forward to it.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. With that, we will see you guys tomorrow.